Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Hulu original movie Vacation Friends, starring Lil Rel Howery, John Cena, and I don't know who else is in it. Who else is in it? It doesn't matter. Monkeys, roll the footage. Let's get into the review.
Oh my god, don't drink the water!
I'm so gonna brush my teeth with tequila. Mexico! Mexico! Mexico!
I can't with you anymore. Please take off that silly hat.
Mexico!
I can't talk right now.
Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
that.
okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tula?
What did I think of the movie Vacation Friends? I thought it was okay. I had a good time watching it. I kind of was able to just, all right, it's John China. I know. Let's turn your brain off and just watch this and try to enjoy it so your wife doesn't throw the fucking remote at you again.
But that's not the case here!
And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised. Lil Rel Howery, pretty funny. He was great in the role of Marcus, I thought. Really encapsulated the character of Marcus with his mannerisms. So a good acting from Lil Rel. Yvonne Orji, I think that's how you say her name, Orji, I don't know, is Emily, his wife. She was fucking annoying at times, endearing in a few others, not terrible. John China, this is another movie like The Suicide Squad. If he would have released something like this, if he would have had a role, something more along these lines earlier on in his career, I think he would have been more successful as an actor. Meredith Hagner as Kyla. She was annoying at times, but like I said, I kind of got over it and was like, okay, it's kind of funny. And it was funny too because I'm like, me and the wife are sitting there before I get into the plot and everything, which we're just going to briefly go through everything, the story. It was, and I know I'm long-winded, which is hard to believe I'm going to do this short. When Lil Rel and Yvonne, or Marcus and Emily, first see Ron and Kyla on the jet skis, it's like she's sitting there and she's smoking a bowl or a bong on the back of it. That's white people shit. Like, the wife and I were laughing. Later on, after the movie's over, I was like, can you imagine if they would have swapped the couples? And I told her, I said, I'm saying this as somebody who enjoyed the movie. I really did. I'm like, but can you imagine, because John Cena and Meredith Hagner, Ron and Kyla are the, off the wall, fly by the seat of your pants, loose cannons in this movie, where there's a line in the trailer of Marcus says, wherever they go, chaos follows. And it's kind of true, but it's funny at the same time. She's like, they're fucking white people crazy. She goes, they actually played that role. I was like, absolutely. Marcus, owns a construction company. His wife comes from money. The, typical father-in-law doesn't like the son-in-law, doesn't think he's good enough. Her brother is a complete douchebag, brings his fucking karate instructor to the wedding with him because he thinks he's going to get his comeuppance because Marcus decked him before. They have this huge fun time in Mexico. Proposal goes awry. The room is flooded because of Ron and Kyla, overflowing their hot tub, so they stay in the presidential suite with them. Typical hilarity ensues. Ron and Kyla turn up at their exclusive, country club wedding. Turns out Ron is a Green Beret, and so her father was, I believe, in the Army as well. So Ron and Harold, the uptight father-in-law, and Suzanne, his wife, like I said, they're the upscale yuppies. And then you have Larry and Nancy, who are Lil Rel's parents, Marcus's parents. And they're the more down-to-earth ones. Honestly, when they started talking, it's a more exaggerated version, but it just reminded me of my parents. But so John Cena kind of, just comes in, and him and Kyla just work their way in. Kyla has a few issues with the uptight family members, the sister and the mother-in-law, and it comes down to where they've caused enough problems, like dropping, tropes. They lose the engagement rings, which are, of course, family heirlooms. Those fall in the sewer. But that's only after they're pawned by John Cena to get money because he wants to bet against Emily's brother, Gabe, and his karate instructor, Bennett, in a golf match. And John Cena eventually, they win. Bennett's used Ferrari and all the cash back. They go to get the rings. They get knocked in a fucking sewer, of course. Lil Rel blows up at John Cena, and they kick Ron and Kyla out. They leave. They yell at him, and then, of course, afterwards, open the wedding gift. Grandma, gives it to her. Says, "Oh, here's from Kyla." And Grandma didn't talk or anything before, but Kyla gave her some homeopathic medicine, and she, of course, was talking and got up and walked. And they opened the wedding present, and it is the wedding rings. We're back. The heirlooms. John Cena had got him out. Ron had got him out of the sewer. And so then, of course, Ron and Kyla go to the place where Ron and Kyla go where when they're feeling down, they go to the Waffle House. So they're in Atlanta, and they go all over to these different Waffle Houses. They finally find them, come back, and they do the thing. And, I'm sorry, Kyla was pregnant, and Little Rel has this moment where in the middle of the fucking rehearsal dinner or whatever, he is going to say, "Oh yeah," he thinks that and Kyla are gonna tell him that it's his baby, so he comes out and he claims it, because this whole movie's been trying to figure out if it's his baby once he finds out she's pregnant when they show up. I guess I should have mentioned that earlier, but whatever. So yeah, and then everybody gets pissed at him. He ends up knocking the fucking brother-in-law out again, and so Ron and Kyla are forgiven. Emily and Marcus get married, and then Ron and Kyla, of course, he wants to get married to her. So they go back to Mexico, to the cave where Marcus and Emily got married in Mexico, and they actually have their wedding there, and the whole family's there, and they have a fun moment, and they jump off the cliff just like they did earlier in the movie. The end. It was a very stereotypical vacation / rom-com. The cast was good, wasn't terribly written, it wasn't woke, which is a huge thing to me. And I will say that I could separate art from the artist, and I did enjoy John Cena's performance. Meredith Hagner was funny as Kyla, like I said, but really the focus of this was Little Rel and John Cena, and then, like I said, Yvonne Orji, I'm just going to call her Yvonne Orji, who played Emily, and Meredith Hagner played Kyla. Honestly, I feel like they probably could have shortened some of it up. They probably could have knocked about maybe 15 minutes off the movie. The fox hunt where they get stoned, great use. What You Want by the Beastie Boys. They eat mushrooms in the woods, and Lil Rel eats them on accident. John wasn't going to tell him to eat them, or Ron. There were sequences that could have been shortened. It wasn't for the fact that it was just bad. It was just, okay, we've got to the point of the scene, and now here's more of it. And it's like, well, we didn't really need that here or there. Like I said, so about 15 to 20 minutes off the movie, and tighten it up a bit, and it would have been just a little bit more digestible. On a 10 scale, I'd give this one about a 5.5 out of 10. It was fun, not something I'll ever watch again. Just turn your brain off and don't think about it too much, and just kind of enjoy it. But that was the movie Vacation, Friends. I would recommend it if you're just kind of looking for some mindless nonsense to watch on TV. No real rewatchability for me, though. So let me know if you've seen Vacation, Friends, or if you plan on watching it. It's on Hulu. Hit me up in the comments below. If today's the day I've earned it, hit that red button, subscribe to the channel, help us grow. Don't forget to slap that like button for me, and as always, I'm Tepo Kuin at the place to be your views. I've been here with all of you. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one, and remember, it's always better to burn out than fade away.